happiest fans here were these guys behind me, especially when Steve talked about the forecast. Take a look at the grill here, guys. You wish you had smell-o-vision.
I can promise you, it's probably not going to go real well. Oh, that is exactly what I was expecting. Let's roll the video to cover up my great shame. Simply watching the game is really only part of this emotional story, and it's only going to get more emotional as the night rolls on.
We got Dan Hampton right over here, a very intimidating looking Mike Singletary. And right over here, we have Mama Bear. Talk to me about this wonderful vehicle.
Fans flew in all the way from Los Angeles to get to tonight's game. The original start time, there's one right there, 7:05. But of course, Mother Nature had a different start time in mind. A very nervous but resilient Cubs fan base out here. Many of them, of course, focus at the big marquee over there. Just turned 7-2. We are the corner of Clark and Addison, but earlier tonight it felt really more like the intersection of baseball and Halloween.
He's Ramon. He's my horse, so look.
So you're riding your trusty steed, you got your cowboy hat.
Yeah, exactly.
This is everything you need for a Halloween party and a Cubs game?
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure to speak with someone who might be wearing more makeup than me.
I don't have tickets to the game because they're way out of whack.
There's a World Series party and there's a bunch of Halloween parties going on. What's the environment like here?
Man, it's just alive everywhere.
That hat doubles as a cowboy hat and a rally hat, by the way.
Say this with Trump Mardi Gras probably times 10.
Bigger than Mardi Gras.
Yeah, come on now. It's the Chicago Cubs in the World Series.
I know you know the Super Bowl shuffle, but is there a World Series shuffle for us?
Gee, I don't know.
On a scale of 1 to 10, give me what's your opinion?
I'm going to give you about a 7, and that's because of just the effort involved here.
Thank you for the effort points.
Okay, you have to give me a rating here in terms of the makeup here. So what would you say?
Well, because it's professional, I'm going to have to go with a 9. Because I don't
a
know
9?
We're going all the way.
I'm not proud of this.
We are going to win the World Series.
Now, we do need to point out, we actually did not speak with Mike Ditka. That man bills himself as the #1 Ditka lookalike. Of course, the Cubbies are hoping to look a lot like a championship ball club. They got a lot to come back by, but the fans out here hope, they think they can do it. He is arguably the best player in the NBA, the best player on the planet. His Twitter handle is @KingJames, but for a few minutes this evening, some would argue he was King Cub. You could feel the anticipation around the United Center. You ready for LeBron's new gear?
I am. Y'all ready? To say the least.
It was seen on Dwayne Wade's face. You're excited. A show of sportsmanship Clark the Cub wouldn't miss.
It looked good. It looked good.
250 pounds of humble pie walked into the UC dressed in Cubby blue. Cleveland's LeBron James was joined by his former teammate Dwayne Wade. James, an Ohio native, lost a wager with Wade. The Chicago Cubs beat Cleveland to win the World Series. As a result, James wore the Northside uniform into Friday's game.
Maybe get a big grin on my face.
What'd you think about LeBron's jersey? That's a long pause.
I mean, it looks good.
LeBron, do you know the lyrics to Go Cubs Go?
It's all in good fun, and he and Dwayne obviously have an unbelievable relationship.
As a Cleveland fan, it makes your skin crawl.
Oh, absolutely.
What happens to the jersey after tonight?
I can't even hear it in my music player. I only can hear Wade, by the way.
Cleveland fans describe this as a walk of shame, but the man Sports Illustrated called the Sportsman of the Year looked more like the good sport of the year.
You know, put a wager on the line, you got to honor that, you know, so I respect him for that.
And again, James telling us that he would give that jersey away. We did reach out to the Cleveland Cavaliers to find out who he would give it to. No word back from them, at least at this point in time. You could feel an entire bar hold its breath. Only to exhale following the final shot in the kind of winning elation not seen near the campus of Loyola in decades.
My heart's still pounding out of my chest. It's crazy.
We never thought this would ever happen. This is surreal. One of the best fields in the world.
Did a miracle happen tonight?
Yeah. I mean, the miracle happened 2 days ago and then again today.
Keep the miracles rolling.
That's exactly right. Let's go, Ramblers.
Let's go.
Sophomore Megan De La Cruz and hundreds of her basketball buddies watched school history unfold inside Bar 63.
I see a lot of people I know, and I'm glad that they're all here cheering on.
Get it.
Like, I don't even know anyone, and I'd be like, let's go, you know what I'm saying?
X-Spider 2.
Schofield ain't gonna do nothing.
Vocal cords were harmed in the making of this story, a tale with lead changes, moments of agony, and minutes at times feeling like pressure-filled hours.
4 minutes! Come on! 4 minutes for the rest of your life!
In the end, the Ramblers and adrenaline took over.
I think this is what it feels like to be in shock.
Exactly. It's amazing. It's Cinderella story. It's crazy.
Have you ever felt this kind of energy?
No.
And not long after the game was over, students and fans started rushing in that direction. That is towards campus, but I betcha they're going to be back here on Thursday. That's, of course, the next game when they get into that Sweet 16. In the outer outfields of a ballpark built on history, a kind of Cubs throwback rounds the grounds of the friendly confines.
It's a car to be seen.
This is really cool.
What's it doing here?
Yeah, I'm back in the 80s.
They point, they pull the cameras out.
Pretty cool.
I'm a huge Back to the Future fan.
The pilot of his 1981 DeLorean is Tom Sidor.
I'm the official time machine operator. So in 1985, when the movie came out, I had to have a DeLorean.
I had no idea the car was still in existence.
It speaks to something more important, and that is a Cubs victory.
That passed Back to the Future 2 script at Chicago, winning it all in the present.
We're here.
And over the past 4 months, the team's play motivated this engineer by day to work hundreds of hours, day and night.
Because there's a lot of parts to it, and you got to make sure they fit well. This is a Menards special. Mr. Fusion is purchased a la Amazon.com. Harnesses the energy from the flux field in the front to the flux capacitor. Do that, you get your 1.21 gigawatts, you're good to go. This thing is not a monster. It's got 130 horsepower.
But what it lacks in go, it makes up for in show, turning heads and even snouts.
A lot of smiles on people's faces, that's for sure.
The number-focused engineer calls the movie's prediction mere coincidence.
This is wild.
Others wonder if it's where good fortune and good timing finally intersect on the north side.
Fate, time, destiny. It is it. It is meeting.
Jeremy Ross, CBS 2 News.